Hey YouTube, it's Cape Calcutta. You can see I cleaned this 1970 Chevelle starter up. Took it all apart, dismantled it, and cleaned it. My Bendix was coming out on the actuator, armature or whatever, and it wasn't spinning. And it was really greasy, dirty, gunked up and stuff like that. So I cleaned it off, took it apart and cleaned it off. My car has a small block Chevy motor in it with the 3-speed manual on the column. So my nose is different in the front. Again, I cleaned it all up. This was all oily and gunked up with dirt and stuff like that. This wasn't moving that freely. The solenoid was activating it, but again, I didn't hear it spinning. And then I wire brushed down the housing of it, cleaned off the terminals and stuff like that. Cleaned the inside of it. You could see inside of it now. Before it was all gunked up and dirty and stuff, you couldn't even see inside there. I used heating fluid. It's like diesel fuel with oil or something like that. I did it because that's what I had. I know you can clean with diesel fuel, and it's cheaper than, you can buy a gallon at $4. But anyways, I had a whole heating fluid tank full. So that's why I use it to clean my parts. Here's came out of my 1970 Chevelle. Here's the starter number, part number 1108367. The date code is 0D24, and then there's a space and a 6. That would be 1970. Month D is April 24th, so 1970, April 24th starter. So it's correct date coded for my car, and it's the old body style. This is the newer body style. This is from the 454. So I cleaned it down with the diesel fuel, then I rinsed it off with water. I'm gonna spray it down with brake cleaner before I assemble it, and just wanted to show you how clean it came out. There's no wear on my gear right here. I went online. I did find a guy that sells rebuild kits. I think it was $15.95 or something like that for the rebuild kit for this starter. I think it's called a 10MT starter. And that was Rebuilder in a box. He's got YouTube videos and stuff like that. He sells rebuild kits for starters and alternators. And this starter was with a new solenoid. I know a new gear. I'm not sure if it's this whole assembly you get. And the brushes, you get new brushes down in here with your kit, and that was an all new these spaces, ring, the little clip ring and stuff like that, and the little I think you get like all new hardware with it and stuff like that. I think you get all these things new too. You look at his kits. It's rebuilderinAbox.com, and he also has videos on all the alternators and starters, how to put them together. And this one was $14.95 with the video. Also, you can go online and watch the video on how to rebuild your starter. But I just cleaned it up. Mostly, it says mostly it needs to be cleaned up. That's the only problem. It's 'cause it really doesn't have. This is the only wearable part I see. It's right here, these brushes. I know in my other videos I was calling them bushings, but they're brushes. That was just a mistake I was continuously making. So I'm gonna spray this down with the brake cleaner. Then I'm gonna paint this with a high temp black, and then I'll reassemble it all and see how it works. Actually, my solenoid I think was working because it was throwing the Bendix out, so I don't think I have to replace my cylinder. It must have been because this was so gunked up, or maybe because my brushes were low, that this wasn't spinning. That was my problem. You didn't hear this gear spinning at all. All you heard is it coming out and hitting it was just making that noise. That's all you heard when I turned the key. You heard the clicking noise, and that was it. So I checked my timing. Me and Dre made sure it was on top dead center, and that's all you could hear when we turned the key. We turned the distributor, took the number 1 spark plug off, and turned the distributor back and forth to see that it was actually throwing spark. So I took the starter apart, cleaned it out, find what the problem is. Cape Cod Cuda signing out. Thanks for watching. I had to go over to the store and get some brake cleaner. I used it all, and then when like I said, I'll paint this and assemble it all back together. I still have to replace these brushes. I'm going to take the brushes out of the big block starter. Junkyard wants $30 for a core U-Pull-It yard. It's $25 for the starter, $5 core. And then if I went to the auto parts store, they wanted $40 for the starter plus core charge. I think it had a $15 core charge. I'm not sure. Online, I seen them for like $55 and stuff like that. That's what my Chevelle book charges. Is I think $55 with a $40 core charge. That's National Parts Depot. And when I went online, people were saying the big block starters, they were paying $200 for a brand new starter. There's a guy that's selling a used one. He bought it and didn't use it, and he's selling it for $100. He said he bought it 2 weeks ago. I wanted to get into rebuilding starters and alternators a while ago. I had a 40-foot office trailer, and that's what I wanted to build in there, was starters and alternators. And I was trying to find DVDs and stuff like that on showing you how to do them and stuff like that. They wanted big money for DVDs back then. This is before the big internet takeoff. But buying rebuild kits is kind of hard to find and locate them and stuff like that. One guy was saying you had to go get the stuff out of Canada because everybody's on just R&R'ing them, just replacing them, not really rebuilding them, just replacing them. Just pull it out, throw it away, and replace the whole thing. And really there's nothing wearable on this thing. Just these brushes right here. I don't see anything else that can go bad on it. Solenoid, but even that, what's it take to rebuild this thing right here? The spring. Cape Cod Cuda signing out. Thanks for watching.